doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family, thank for love and support. It is such a beautiful blessing to know that my videos and the things that I talk about is not in vain. That is actually helping you come to terms or actually realize the person you are, the gift that you entitle, and the gift and the love as well that you embrace as well. So that's truly a blessing. So just keep up the good work. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light. And many blessings are definitely coming your way. Ooh, excuse me, I had a hiccup. But definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you are comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift and how it impacted your life and head you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very uplifting and comforting towards you, or just give you good vibes you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath, they're going through trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's so greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today, the background meditation music I'm using is called Beautiful Awakening. Open Your Third Eye Goddess song. And it's so peaceful. It's like you can see her, she looks like an Indian or whatever, but it's just like that inner goddess or that inner god that, if you're female or male, whatever. But anyways, the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101, Heyoka's Evolutionary Clowns of the Sacred is on the rise. It is, it's a beautiful feeling. It's like all of us are coming into, and I told y'all like this, if you've been with me for a while, I know you heard me when I said, um, I got visions of so many different empaths of all different walks of life, shape, colors, whatever, is all like taking, like a domino effect of grabbing hands, and we're going into unity. We're on the rise. There's a lot of us that are, just now starting our spiritual awakening, or probably been on it for a while and just didn't understand what you were going through. Is this normal? Is there other people like this out here like us? And all those answers are, no, you're not crazy, but everything else is yes. We have a lot of us out here. I'm glad I didn't, go off of the, insecurities of other people. They always tell me, no, you shouldn't do videos about that. No, you shouldn't do that, because I've always been vocal. I always been, spoken my truth. A lot of people didn't like what I said. There's a lot of times people wish they had the nerve to say the things that I say. I come out my mouth and say, a lot of people are like, Roslynn, you are so random. And they were like, it's like, I wish I had balls enough to say the truth that you feel. I'm like, shoot, if it's going to be insulting or hurting somebody's feelings or belittling, I don't have time for that. Now, if you come for me, that's a whole different story. It's like when you come for a person and how you deliver your message, it depends on how I'm going to respond back. But, I can do it in a very classy way, put it that way. But, you do what you need to do. But it's just, the fact is, a lot of us are embracing our power. You're allowing yourself to really be seen at your purest form, allowing yourself to walk in your authenticity, showing your uniqueness, embracing your uniqueness. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not allowing things to really hold you back. It was like, I have issues with certain things that I'm still toying with, I'm still dealing with, trying to remain peaceful and patient in a situation that I'm wanting to overcome. I'm ready to part ways with, and just dealing with it on a day by day basis, healing and, trying to get the understanding of what my situation is trying to teach me, allowing myself to know that you hold your power. You don't need validation from others. You validate yourself, allowing yourself to be, as you reflect on others, you can reflect on yourself on the things that we need to heal from, and it's not it's not an easy thing. But when you can, pinpoint where your weaknesses are, where your strengths are, but everything has to be balanced out. You have to be able to understand whatever your problems are, is most likely the situations that you're in is trying to teach you the things that you're weak in. With my situation, I had to be able to have faith, faith in myself, confidence in myself, to know that, good things are coming my way if I allow myself to stay focused on that, not allowing myself to be triggered by ignorance, not allowing myself to be, triggered by, toxic situations, toxic views or vibes. I had to allow myself to see that strength, not allowing people to have that key to your happiness. You hold that. We always wonder how we're going to be, what are we going to do? You're allowing yourself to see what your purpose is. It's becoming clearer to you. All these moon phases and, portals and stuff weren't opening just because they just, want to show different lighting. No, they have a purpose. They're allowing you to be able to, make do with the gifts you have and enhance them and your uniqueness. Allowing yourself to be seen in that vibe, allowing yourself to step out the matrix, taking the chains off, limited beliefs, allowing yourself not to be controlled, not being that carbon copy of everything that's walking around here, being that example, and I know it's a hard situation. Heyokas be having it bad, really bad. And, it's just because of the way we go about things, how we deal with things. We're our worst critic, our worst enemy at times. We're very judgmental. We can really be that. But when you can allow yourself to be able to know, turn a negative situation to a positive solution, that lets you know that you got your strength. A lot of times I sit here, it's crazy how us empaths got answers for everybody's problems, but when it comes to us, we get stuck like Chuck, okay? And it's just like there's time I got to be quiet with oneself, and I deal with certain shortcomings in my life, and I have to be able to focus on my positive viewpoints, my positive things that I've been manifesting, because a lot of things have been manifesting very fast. So you have to be very, very discerning on what you put your focus on, what you put your thoughts on. There's a lot of people that I'm helping, behind the scenes, and I try to ask them as well as I tell myself, hey, yes, this situation can take you to a dark place. It really can. And it's just like when you're dealing with all those different dark attacks, the devil knows your weaknesses, and he will use it against you, use it to your fullest, because he's hoping and praying that you give in. He's hoping and praying that you give up. All these different things, go back to how you used to be. I have to give myself, I can be my worst critic, and I get tired of dealing with things. But then I can tell myself, what, you've been an addict of marijuana, for like what, since 2012, 2013. You've been an addict of smoking cigarettes since you were 20. And I use none of that. I don't even have a drink. The last drink I've had was May 19th on my birthday, and that was the last time I even had a smoke. And I'm just like, no, a day after my birthday, the day and the day afterwards. I'm just like, I used to be able to function smoking weed. I used to be able to balance myself out, not being able to feed off a lot of people's energies, and felt like I had that need to deal with that on how I needed to deal with my issues, my shortcomings, my trauma. But all that was coping. That's a coping mechanism. And I'm just like, no, no, you can't do that, because it was at that point where I started, really like misplacing things, losing things, especially when it came to money. I can't do that. I dropped money in the store, and I was so high, and I was just, because I was really going through it that day, and somebody just took my money and walked off. And I'm just like, dumbass, what are you doing? You can't be doing this no more. That is prime example to letting you know. But that was probably a blessing to somebody else, that was supposed to happen, because I blessed somebody else, and that's fine. But that allowed me to know, what, you can't do that no more. You can't. And it's just like, I'm proud of myself, because all the things that I'm dealing with it with a sober mind, because a lot of times I get angry, but I said I try to find very therapeutic ways of dealing with my issues, and nobody is perfect, like I said before, us as empaths, we have, dealing with our trauma, we have picked up some habits, to try to cope with them. I don't want to cope with anything. I want to be able to face them head on and deal and part ways. I don't like that word cope, because it's like putting a band-aid up on a broken leg. It's not going to help. It's not, and it's just like, we tend to pick up unhealthy habits. It doesn't have to be a drug. It can be, like a eating disorder, people cutting themselves out. I used to work in a psychiatric, center as well as being in one, so I see the habits being picked up from you having trauma from you as in a child, you know, and it was like I grew up with my parents, drinking and stuff like that, and being around family members that did other things as well, and it was just like I was exposed to that. I don't make it as an excuse because that was my choice. It wasn't like they would put a blunt or a cigarette up to my mouth or a drink of a glass of wine, and tell me that. And it just felt good. Like I could see somebody doing it. And I know before when I was really struggling with that, I couldn't deal with nobody who smoked a blunt in front of me, or if I smelled it, I was like, okay, I gotta have one. Now it's just like I get repulsed by it because it's like sometimes I even start, with my senses being so heightened, because now it's like everything is open. Like I tell people, when you're going through your spiritual awakening, it's like your pores are open to be receptive towards anything. And I guarantee you, if you're just now starting to realize everything about yourself and your surroundings, I guarantee you, you're more sensitive to have something gravitate towards you worse than it was before your awakening. That's why I always tell people, do a candle prayer of protection when you're dealing with other people out out in the world. Like if I have to go to the store, I try to push myself out my comfort zone and go to the stores or go out and around people, because I used to really like have a complex, like I can't go to hospitals. I freak out. Like if my kids, I'm like, Lord, please don't make me have to go to the hospital anymore, or my kids will get frustrated with me. Like the last time I went, my daughter was in a car accident, and thank God she was okay. She just dealt with a lot of back issues. But it was like my daughter got my oldest one got really mad at me because I was like, I can't be still. I can't be in here. I felt everything around me. I'm feeling people's illnesses. I'm hearing people's thoughts in their head, hearing people scream and cry because they done lost somebody in a hospital. It's just a lot. And it's just like empaths, we can't deal with hospitals. If you do, it's probably because you're a nurse or a doctor and stuff like that. So you had to be prone to, get used to stuff like that. And I was wanting to be a nurse at one time, but after helping my mom and seeing all the issues she had, I said, you know what, I will end up taking this personal with other people, because I remember used to work at, retirement homes and stuff like that. And when people died, I would really take it personal because I wasn't around my grandparents. So I used to always treat them as that. But your past experiences, your trauma, how the things that you're currently dealing with, it allows you to see that power is on a rise. You're putting, we're not just that regular Heyoka, we're evolutionary. That's the reason why you're just sep you know I forgot the word, is like receptive towards everything that's coming around you, and you're heightened. You get all these massive downloads. It's like if you know, if you can be around a lot of people and receiving downloads, and all of a sudden you'll feel like lightheaded, or you'll feel vibrations popping off the top of your forehead, or at the top of your head. You're receiving so much because it comes from the vibration from the top, like the crown, as well as into the around your pineal gland and rest, around your third eye. A lot of it's coming out. You're having these intense dreams. It's allowing yourself to be, vision, having the visions of a lot of things that something's coming, or it's allowing you to, you're starting to work with your intuition a lot more than you were before, because of all these different shifts that we had there. You got signs where you need to pay attention to, how you judge others and how you see others, allowing yourself to not, you know, stoop to somebody else's level. I try not to get mad at other people. I know when I get hot, because it's like I'm in Georgia, I'm in the South. It's October and it still feel like it's in July here. And it's just like, I get aggravated when it get hot. I'm like, it's hotter than Satan's toenails out here. I can't even concentrate. I was like, oh, let me hurry up and get home because these folks be driving stupid here. And, it's just a lot. But it's allowing me to, when I step back and allow myself to look at everything at different levels, and being able to allow myself to know, your pain, your struggles, your mishaps, your failures, your setbacks all have a purpose to them. It has a bigger purpose. A lot of times we feel like we're being punished because of the things we're dealing with. But you have to understand, if the universe is sending you different signs for you to stop doing certain things, stop hanging around with certain people, because it's just like when it comes to people, they will allow you to see the most darkest situation with certain people because they want you desperately to part ways with them, because all it is adding on more energy that you're receiving their karma as well, because those are the things they're vibing towards you, and you're sucking it in. So you need to allow yourself to do that. I was telling myself today, there's a lot of times just need to close chapter when it comes to certain situations and certain people without an explanation, without a goodbye, and without wondering why these things had to happen. There's just certain things you need to just, I had to just cut cords, dealt with a situation they say what I had to say and keep it moving. I'm done. It's just like when you're ready, I have to really tell myself, and I'll tell others the same thing, because I got to practice what I preach as well. Being able to accept the things that I need to accept, and cut ways with things you need to cut ways. When you're in a situation you truly want to get away from, that situation will motivate your ass to overcome what you need to overcome. Don't allow yourself to stay in a situation longer than you want to, because it's like a lot of things that we're still toying with is ran its course. And a lot of times we hold on to pain, we hold on to certain situations like a security blanket. You need to be able to know you too old to be walking around with a security blanket. You too old for that. That's just like you still sucking your thumb. If you're in your 20s and 30s, you know good and well, hell, you don't need to be doing that no more. You need to find a different way of dealing with stuff, because it's like a lot of times we just feel like good things are not supposed to happen to us. You feel at times, I felt that way as well, because I had so many bad things happen to me, and anything that was really good it was a lie, or it was very short lived, or it had hidden motives, a lot of those things. So it's just like when blessings come into your life, you wouldn't even realize it because you've been focused and you've been dealing with so many negative situations, so many negative habits. And I had to be able to tell myself that, cut cords on that. You are worthy of anything that's good coming into your life. You deserve that. Regardless of what the hell others think that you deserve, is what you feel. If you've been working hard for something, don't allow somebody to be able to dictate what comes in and out your life. The only person supposed to do that is the higher beings. They know what's good for you. A lot of times we fear what we don't see ahead of us, so we stay back in our comfort zone. We allow ourselves to know we're scared of change. That's okay to be scared, but a lot of times you got to be able to take that leap of faith. That you didn't come this far to just come this far. If they're having you go a certain way, you need to go that way, because they know that there's better things for you down the road. But if you're still holding on to people and situations, it is just going to prolong you being in a situation, and then it's like your blessings going to end up passing you up, just because you didn't want to go further. You were scared of what goes on down there. You have to understand, I have to tell myself that too. The universe has your back. Your spirit guides, your loved ones that passed on, they're all protecting you. They're all watching over you. If certain things have to happen, a lot of times we have to go through stressful situations just to break new ground. And I have to tell myself that all the time. This is breaking new ground for you. Allow yourself to take your power back. Snatch that mess back to the point where they're making sure all their hair is still left on the head. Allow yourself to do that. Claim what is yours. Allow yourself to be receptive of the daggone blessings that's trying to come into your life. Allow yourself to be able to receive those things. If you're stressing and you're upset, it's hard to be able to receive that love that the angels and stuff are trying to give you, because they watch over us all the time, but they can't intervene unless it's like a life and death situation. A lot of times we feel like, why did they allow this to happen? The point is, why did you allow this to affect you? And I have to be able to tell myself that, why did you allow this to affect you? It can't affect you if you're not giving that energy out to it. It can't affect you if you didn't open that door. If there's a certain situation you're dealing with, a certain, when it comes to people, allow them to know that, you're not moving mountains here. You're not allowing them to pull that energy towards you, and, allowing your keys and stuff like that. And, or just being negative, allow them to do that for themselves, but just don't respond to it. A lot of times, it's just like a child that's want to kick and scream, and they want to do things to get their way. A lot of times, when mom used to do it, she didn't beat you behind. It gets to that point where they'll walk over you, and it's like, okay, that person's not giving me that attention. So you usually stop. So it's just allowing yourself to really see that warrior that is just like that uber. warrior is really starting to tickle its way out of your soul. And I know you feel it because it's at that point where, you have reached and faced the most darkest things in your life. And it's like now other things are coming. If you're at that point where, yeah, it can probably trigger off something, but it's going to get to that point saying, look, I really don't have time for this anymore. You have to be able to tell yourself, is this worth the energy you need to place on it? Is this going to bring any, positivity? I have to really sit with myself when I'm dealing with a lot of things. Is this your energy? Does it need to be on something that's therapeutic, something that's going to help you heal, something that's going to help you get your glow up, your comeback, your bounce back, anything that's going to allow you to walk straight, tall, in the strength, and being the true blessing and being you are. A lot of people get threatened by people like us because they see the strength we have in ourselves. So they try to break that down and want to remind you of certain things. They don't need to remind you. Hell, whatever you're lacking of, you already know. You're trying to heal on that anyway. And some people want to remind you of that. And that's when you need to separate. Allow yourself to gravitate towards like-minded people like us, because I know there's a lot of people I've been talking to. Rosalind met me other empaths. I met another empath. I've been seeing them too, but I guess it's just the company I keep with myself. I deal with my children. I said that's what I'm working on now, the strength of my relationship with my kids. Because it's been messed up since my father passed. It's been really a hard situation to deal with. So it's just like I'm blessed for that, because it's like, even though I might have little irrelevant things that's going on in my life, I got big blessings that are occurring in my life, and I have to be able to stay focused on that. And so do you. Allow yourself to, it could be a hard, stressful situation. I know I don't know what trials and tribulations you're dealing with. You do. But you have to, a lot of times, like I have to tell myself, you have to step back and see the blessings that's coming forth throughout that dark time. You have to allow yourself to know you can dance in the rain, because sooner or later, the sun got to come out someday. You're going through a stressful situation right now, and it's very hard. I know it can break you down mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, hell, sexually, if it's that dark, you know but you have to understand this is going to allow yourself to break new ground. That warrior of strength is really peering out and is reflecting towards a lot of things, because if you notice that you see the signs, you're getting the signs, you're seeing things around you change, things are starting to fall into place for you. But also that darkness is coming on you strong like white on rice. That lets you know big blessings are, you're really close to them, because it wouldn't be this bad if it wasn't. It wouldn't be this unbearable, because you could be that person like, Rosalind, I get you, but I'm tired. Trust and believe. I know. But allow yourself to know that you are evolutionary. The only person that can stop you is yourself, other than God and the universe alone. Anything physical on this plane, nothing can touch you. You have went through the fire and not smelling like smoke when you walked out. Universe has a tendency to use us as an example. Like a lot of people, when I tell them I'm almost 50, I mean, I'm not fit, I'm 42, but a lot of people don't want to believe that. I have a granddaughter that's 2 years old. My oldest daughter is 24. A lot of people be looking at me like, you don't even look like you should have that, you know, that those ages of in children. They thought my oldest one was my baby. I'm like, no, that's my baby. I haven't had, my baby's 18. They're looking, all of us, none of us look like our age. I'm like, thank you for my parents with them good ass genes. Because, my dad was the same way. He was in his 40s and he looked like he was in his late 20s, early 30s. So it's just a blessing when you can go through things that don't even look like you went through them. So you have to allow yourself to really see yourself at that deep level. You've gone through a lot of things in life, and that's what gives you edge, because you're still here to be able to tell that story. When you wake up the next morning, even though you might hate the situation you're in, if you wake up the next day, it means that life is not happening to you, it's reacting to you. And I tell myself that a lot. It's not happening to you, it's reacting. So whatever you're sending out, trust and believe it's gonna come back. It's going to come back. That's why I try to send out as much love and light and positivity, as well as prosperity. I feel like everybody should be able to win. I don't have that ill will in my heart to feel like I should dictate somebody's happiness or try to cut somebody's stuff. Like, I got to be better than somebody else, got to have one up. I don't have time for that. I've had too many people do that in my life, and that's why I got the hell away from them. and continue to deal with that. But I said, what's important to me is the people I can impact, the things that I'm dealing with, to be able to help others recognize the things that they're dealing with, being able to know that too shall pass, and your blessings that are coming in, show an attitude of gratitude, because you didn't, even when we feel like we deserve things, we ain't, we're entitled to get anything, whether or not you feel like you deserve anything is up to the universe and God on what they want to decide to bless us with. So even the littlest things they're blessing you with, allow yourself to be very grateful and humble. I have to humble myself a lot. There's times I don't found myself being arrogant. And God had no problem with showing me that damn karma from that arrogance. So I had to allow myself to, come back down to earth and know that I'm humble. I feel blessed for the things that I'm doing, for the people I'm helping. It makes me feel good to know that, even though I'm going through a real hellish situation, a lot of times we got to go through situations for you to be able to adapt to the others around you that need that help. You can't help somebody if you don't understand that struggle. There's times where I've been at the bottom of the barrel, really don't have much now, but I'm grateful for everything I got in my life. And it gets hard at times. I ain't gonna even lie. I'll keep it real with you. There's times I sit here and cry because I'm tired of going through certain things, especially when I go out my way to show a positive impact in the world. But it's just like a lot of times you got to stay on your grind, being able to go. Because there's a lot of times I'll be tired. I was telling Love Bug like that last night. There's times that I'll be tired and don't even want to be bothered. But if I know somebody, text me at that time, I really need help, I'm not going to shy away from them. I just try to protect myself with the vibes that I have around me, not to be able to give that off to anybody else, because I know we're all dealing with our different demons. You're on a new level, you deal with different devils. And you have to be able to understand that. But, I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Barbara Zorman. Much love to you, and Geo Meiser. Much love to you as well. Welcome to the fam. I'm giving people a post notification shout out. You drop a comment, I go ahead and give you a shout out. Welcome to the family, whoever is new. Um, like and subscribe, give me a thumbs up, share, tell somebody about the channel. They might be able to, find some things out about themselves they need to know. Um, and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always someone out there praying for your better days. And I hope you have a blessed, prosperous week and have the strength to deal with whatever comes your way. And make sure you give out much love and light and prosperity, as well as, good vibes towards people. You never know, your kind words and vibes can really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love, peace, and be well.